Hi, welcome to the live stream this morning. So I'm going to be channeling Archangel Raphael, and Raphael will give messages for the week ahead, and messages based on who's listening at the moment, and he'll listen afterwards. And he'll also do clearing and healing as well. And yeah, so, I'll just let him come in and speak. And just a reminder for those of you who wish to be on the shamanic protocol for the week that will start tomorrow. So if you want to be on it, just sign up today, latest tomorrow morning. So that will be twice a day for 7 days. So yeah, and just a quick reminder as well about Ivan's healing as well. And his link is on the description to his website, and he's offering deep remote clearings, and he also does a group every Wednesday as well, clearing group. So if you want to sign up for that, just go to the link and follow that. So yeah, I'm just going to let Raphael come in and speak through me. I would like you to know that there are many messages I have, and sometimes when I am speaking through this channel, what I am actually doing is trying to convey to you things that are important for you to remember in order to feel lighter and clearer. So, some of the things I say are simply reminders, things that you already know, things I have spoken about before, or things that you already know from your own knowledge, your own attunement to the light. But I give these things as reminders so that you are able to feel lighter and clearer, to remember these things. What I would like you to know is that every single person at the moment who is hearing this is able to actually go deeper into what they are going through. This applies to each one of you here. You are all going deep, but you can be going deeper. And what I'm really speaking about are wounds that you have inside that you have not fully delved into. So I will give an example. So one example is the feeling perhaps of feeling persecuted by others. If you go deeper into this, you may start to recognize that there is something much larger here, a bigger energy, a bigger force. So, for example, this can be something that you have been dealing with for all of your lives, from your first life onwards. And as you go deeper still, you may start to recognize that there is something else going on altogether, which is behind this, something bigger, larger. And as you go deeper into this, you may start to even recognize that this larger force is affecting many others. And as you go deeper, you start to understand something not only about yourself, but actually about the whole universe, something deeper, more complex that you are able to really get to through your own pain and suffering. And through this, you start to be able to solve bigger problems for people. This is one example. Another example is that perhaps you have always felt inside that you have not really had it in you to face life head on. You have felt that there are parts of you missing, perhaps felt you have less energy than others. And as you go deeper into this, you may start to notice that there are things which are involved here that have taken your energy over time. It may be that, for example, you have always been someone who has given over your energy to other people, handed yourself over, been more about serving others than yourself. Or perhaps it has been that you have had no choice in the matter. And as you go deeper and deeper, you again get to something fundamental in whole of humanity, which is that there is often a tendency to let go of sovereignty, personal power, to hand over what you are able to do for yourself and decide to other people who claim to know better. And as you go into this, you are able to actually heal something deeper that affects the whole of humanity and help others. So, what I will say is behind every kind of deep, complex wounding, there is something fundamental that affects the whole of humanity, perhaps to a lesser extent to what it has affected you. Perhaps for other people it is more minor, the wounding, but it will exist nonetheless. And as you go into your own pain and suffering, the causes behind it, you will be able to touch many people, help many people, and actually restore something for the rest of humanity. This is the type of work I would like all of you to be doing, to really be going deep and to be getting to fundamental wounds, energies that affect the whole of life, and to restore not only yourself, but everyone else as well who has been affected by calling upon the ultimate source of all light, by going really deep into the light of oneness and calling upon the deepest part of it to restore you and all life in this area. And as you do this, you are actually really, in one way or another, accessing a lot of light, a lot of information and knowledge. And you find yourselves actually colliding with the right people, with the right set of circumstances that enable this to happen. You find yourself on a journey and you do end up actually restoring this part of life and yourself as well as part of it. This is the type of work I would like all of you to be doing. It is the type of work that is needed at the moment, and it is a journey that will be joyful for all of you. What I've really tried to say is right now there is a lot going on in the world, but really what is needed is deeper energetic work, deeper knowledge. And the way that you access this is by going really deep yourself and then asking to be restored and asking for the rest of life to be restored. And this gives you access to great energy, great light, because whenever you are going beyond yourself, whatever aspect of life you are then going deeper into restoring, you find yourself being given the right set of circumstances to do it. You are then accessing something immense, huge, something gigantic. And this is really what I see you are all able to do. It restores you faster, but it also enables you to restore many others. I hope this makes sense. Whenever you are focusing on something more than yourself, you start accessing much more energy, much more light. Whenever you can go beyond simply yourself, you are actually able to become much more a part of the oneness, because you are then really having that intention to support the rest of life as deeply as possible. So, this is what I would like all of you to be accessing. And through this, you actually become bigger as well. You become larger. You become stronger. You start to restore yourself faster and you restore others as well. Your journey becomes the journey of many. And you are actually then walking forwards in harmony with the oneness more fully and completely on earth. This is my first message. My second message is that I am seeing that all of you are very much about creating larger things on earth. You all like to do this. Whether it is simply you are creating something larger in your own home, creating a family, or expanding in some other way, or whether it is actually something larger in terms of a project you are doing. But I see you are all about larger things, and that is because you are all connecting in to something bigger than simply yourselves, connecting in to a large energy which is all about supporting the rest of life, not only yourselves. When you are focused on yourself only, you are really doing well because it is good to focus on yourself and what you need to look after yourself in this way. But as soon as you start to expand, it does give you the ability to actually be able to go much deeper and access more energy. Because the more you expand, the deeper you go as well. And those of you who are tuned to bigger things, you do find that as a result, you do have to clear more so that you are able to do these things. What I will say about this is that remember that sometimes when you are looking at yourself as someone who is able to do bigger things, it may be like you have a long way to go in order to get there, to be able to do these things. It may feel like the climb is very high, and because of this, it is easy to feel despondent, discouraged, and even have a sense at times that nothing can be achieved through you. What I would like to remind you is that there are energies that are able to come in to support you, but you must be open to them. And when you close yourself down, you go into states of despair, despondency, lack, a sense of not being good enough, not having enough. When you do this, then life is not able to offer you what it has in order to be able to transcend your challenges. So it is really important to stay open to being assisted by life, to not shut yourself down by going into negativity, lack, despair, because these energies are not going to help you. When you feel these things, you can acknowledge them, but don't go into them. Let them be there, and they will be dealt with in the right way. What I am really trying to say is remember that you are all connected in to something far more powerful. So, whatever you feel, whatever you experience inside, it will be dealt with. That is all. I have another message to give you. I would like you to know that there are many kinds of people in the world. Some people are very exceptionally gifted, but they are not necessarily kind people. They have gifts, they know things, they can do things other people can't. But it is not the same as kindness, compassion, the true desire to serve humanity. And the people who have gifts, but they are not interested in serving others, but serving themselves, they will end up actually losing out in this lifetime. Because what is going on at the moment is life is actually rearranging itself. And those who have gifts, something to give, humanity that is really unique, really in one way or another outstanding, extraordinary, and those who have kindness and a genuine desire to be of service will be the ones favoured. And those who have extraordinary gifts, but they are self centered, they are looking for something for themselves rather than genuinely wanting to assist. Perhaps they are really wanting to be famous or have a lot for themselves, and they are not really interested in being of service. They will quickly be, in one way or another, taken out of the equation. They won't necessarily be punished or thought of badly in any way. It is not like that. It is more like the ones who will be favoured are those who have kindness and compassion, qualities of oneness that come through them. And because of this, you don't need to worry about the other people. So you may sometimes feel that someone is immensely gifted but not necessarily a good person. But you don't need to worry because they will be taken out of the equation. You don't need to fight them or try to change them. Let them be, and the right people will be favoured in the new age. Something is currently rearranging. It has not rearranged yet, but it will. And you need to simply allow life to do this, not get involved yourself, because the right people will be favoured. And through this, there will be tremendous harmony restored. People will feel that they are able to have their needs met more easily as well. Because as people who are self serving are taken out of the equation, the right people are there and they are able to provide services for the rest of humanity in abundance. I hope this makes sense. I am not saying that there are only a few people with gifts, but what I am saying is that there are certain people who are blessed with extraordinary gifts. It is almost like they come from another place altogether, and they come to give a lot to humanity, to restore harmony, to restore something. They have particular gifts which are really unique and some of these beings have been very selfish, actually. So the ones who are kind, who are compassionate, will be the ones who will be favoured next, who will come forwards to assist. That is all. I have one more thing to say, and that is there are going to be many light workers who are activated shortly to actually be there for people to in a greater way. They are not ready yet, but it is the next lot of you who are preparing now, and you will be activated so that you can be there for many. You will find ways of reaching many. You will find ways of helping many. And I want you to know this in advance. Some of you may already be doing things, but perhaps not on a big scale. But you are being prepared to step forwards. And what you will be doing is helping many and bringing many people wellness. So, those of you who are in this category, be prepared for this. I have one more thing I would like to add, that for those of you who feel a bit neglected, left out, ignored by life, remember that it is not really up to you when things happen. It is for you to clear what is in the way, your own feelings of neglect, feeling left out, and then the universe will decide when it is time for you to step forwards and be in the limelight, to be able to share your gifts, to be seen and heard. And the reason I'm giving this message is don't try to push anything. Focus on your own healing, restoring yourself, and then the rest will be done for you by life. That is all. I would like you to know that the week ahead will be a harmonious one. Nothing disharmonious will happen unless it is something karmic for you in particular. It is a good week, a week where you will feel well and feel restored in the areas you have been struggling. That is all. Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening, and yeah, wishing you a happy, harmonious week ahead, and much love to all of you.